Welcome to Real Talk Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have bikini athlete Stacey Goldberg from Orlando, Florida on the show. Welcome Stacey, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
In 2008 you had a terrible accident that in the end made you decide to turn your life around. Can you tell us about that experience?
It was a horrible, life-changing experience, actually. I was out and I was drinking, and I actually had a tire come off of my SUV, and I flipped my SUV, and I was trapped in my SUV for about an hour, and they had to cut me out with the jaws of life. And I barely remember the accident at all. I don't even really remember flipping. The last thing I remember is getting in the car. I remember being in the parking lot, and then I remember just kind of blacking out. And I guess the tire had come off of my SUV, and I ended up flipping in a highway. And I woke up, and when I woke up, I saw a paramedic, or not a paramedic, a firefighter standing over me in his uniform. And he was like, "Ma'am, we're gonna cut you out now." And I'm like, I just remember going, "No, I'm okay, just leave me in here, I'm good." And then I just kind of went unconscious again. And then I woke back up again. And when I woke back up, I remember being in the back of an ambulance. And the paramedics, I remember them cutting off my clothes. And then I just completely went blacked out again. And I woke up again and I was inside of a hospital room. And I just remember I had like all the tubes and the needles and things in me. And I was in St. Pete, which is a beach about an hour from where, it's about 2.5 hours west of Orlando. And I was there with a couple of my friends. And I just remember asking the nurse, I was like, "Can I use the bathroom? Like, I have to go to the bathroom." And she's like, "You're not going anywhere. You flatlined for almost a minute." And she's like, "You're not going anywhere. You're lucky to be alive." And she like wouldn't let me like use the restroom, so I had to use the bedpan, which was kind of gross. But it was a life-changing experience. So it was definitely a wake-up call for me. At that point, my life was just, it wasn't going in a good direction. And I had a good job at the time. I was working in timeshare, but it wasn't going in the direction. I wasn't happy where I was in life. I wasn't happy with my job. I wasn't happy with the my relationships and my situation and my relationships with my family and my friends and ex-boyfriend and everything at the time. I didn't know my purpose in life. I didn't know what I really wanted to do, and I was just kind of lost. But I remember her telling me that I flatlined, and when she told me that, I couldn't even believe it. So obviously I'm here for, like my mom always tells me, she's like, "God saved you for a reason." She's like, "There's a reason why he saved you that day." She's like, so obviously I found what I love to do, and it just led me down a healthier lifestyle. And after that, it just made me want to turn my life around, because I should be dead. The only way that I was actually found, ironically enough, is that there was a state trooper, and he saw the accident happen. Like, he saw the tire come off of my car, and he happened to be like on the side of the road, I guess, clocking people or doing whatever it was he was doing. But he saw me get in the accident. So if nobody was around, or a cop wasn't around to see the accident actually happen, then I might not be alive. So I'm grateful for that, and it made me change my life completely.
Before your accident, you struggled with addiction after going through your recovery. You set foot on a new path. Where do you think you would be today if you never had that accident back then?
Honestly, I might be dead. Um, Going, whether, what I like to tell people, an addiction's an addiction, whether it's to food, whether it's to alcohol, whether it's to a drug of choice, or anything at all. An addiction is an addiction. And people don't understand that. Like, some people are addicted to food, and I went through, after I didn't drink anymore, and after I quit drinking, at that time, I was a little bit lighter in weight, but I was still kind of heavy. But I quit drinking, and I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and I got up to like 180 pounds, over 180 actually. I was a size 13, and it's like I switched one addiction from drinking to food, and I used food for support, like for comfort. And a lot of people tell me, I have people that write me and people that tell me all the time that they're emotional eaters. And I mean, eating is an addiction as well. I mean, they have anorexia, but overeating is an addiction as well. When you see obese people, that's also an addiction. So no matter what it is, it's an addiction's an addiction. Whether it's food or alcohol, it's still the same. But if I didn't get in an accident that night and my life would have kept going the way that it was going, I probably wouldn't be here speaking to you today. So obviously I'm grateful, and I know that I was saved for a reason. So it just took me a very big eye-opening to figure out what that was. So
You had a clear turning point in your life. Many people are headed down a path of self-destruction, but are just comfortable enough not to change. What advice would you give those people?
you have to want to change. You have to be ready to change. You can't. I had people telling me that that whole entire year of 2008, that was a huge, 2007, 2008 was a huge turning point in my life. I had people telling me, like, you need to, like, be healthier, you need to stop drinking, you need to stop going out, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that so much. I had people telling me that all the time, and I wouldn't listen. I just, like, I'm fine. I'm 20, I'm 30 now. But at the time, oh gosh, that was 5 years ago. I was 25 years old, like, just not even 25. I think I was 24. I turned 25 that year in 2008. And I wasn't ready to change. Nothing was getting through to me. Like, it took something dramatic to happen in my life to open my eyes and for me to be like, it's time to change. I felt after my accident with that, I was ready to change my lifestyle changes. And then as I started gaining weight, then I wanted to change in a different way. Like, I got healthier from not drinking and not doing, going out as much and partying, I guess. And then I started to gain weight. And then I decided I needed to make a healthy lifestyle change. So in order to change, you have to be the one that wants to change. Somebody can tell you a million times that you're doing the wrong thing or that you're headed down the wrong path. But until you're ready, it's not going to get through to you. You have to want it.
Yeah, I agree. You lost an incredible 60 pounds. What were the biggest changes you made when it comes to your lifestyle?
Well, one of the biggest changes, I did quit drinking a lot. I made healthier eating choices. My big thing was, I've always liked to work out. I work out more now than I did in the past. But I was working out maybe an hour a day, like 10 minutes of cardio and then just lifting a little bit of weights. And that was basically it. But then I realized that as I started working out more, I'm like, my eating habits were horrible. Like, I would go to the gym, and after I'd leave the gym, I'd go out that night with my girlfriends and, like, have junk, like have pizza or burgers or just junk food. And I thought it was okay to eat like that because I worked out. So it's okay to eat junk because I worked out, so it's going to counteract. And clean eating and working out go hand in hand. So until you get the two, until you get the two together, then it's not going to work. So I slowly started just researching, following women that had inspired me along my journey to lose weight. I remember picking up a magazine, an Oxygen magazine actually, and looking at it, and I remember them always talking about clean eating, and I was like, what is clean eating? I'm like, what does that even mean? I had no clue what it even meant. And I remember looking through the articles, and it's like, oh, I eat clean, and I'm like, I actually had to Google it. I'm like, I have no clue what this even means. I'm like, what is clean eating? So I did my research, and then after I did my research and I started slowly losing weight, the women that I had looked up to and had seen on stage and had seen competing, I wanted to reach that level. And as I saw myself dropping weight and getting more into the fit lifestyle, and the clean eating, which is non-processed food. It's just healthy, natural food in its natural state, just so you know, so you don't have to Google it. I made changes and decided to compete.
Change often comes with resistance from the environment. How have you dealt with negative people, and how do you deal with negativity today?
There's always going to be negative people out there, and that's what I tell people all the time. I get so many letters, emails. I guess people don't write letters anymore, do they? I get so many emails from women, men included, and they're always like, oh, so and so, like somebody said something to me negative. I walked into the gym, people were looking at me funny. Somebody said something to me. You can't worry about what other people say. For every 100 compliments that you're going to hear a couple negative ones, and that's just how it goes. I mean, you cannot please 100% of the world. You can't make everybody happy. The only person that you need to make happy is yourself, because regardless of what you do, people are going to criticize you. Somebody's not going to agree with you. Somebody's going to dislike your views. Somebody's going to dislike you, and that's just life. When I competed in my first competition last May, I remember I was going through peak week, and I lost a lot of weight, and I was like cutting and starting to like cut back on my carbs and leaning out. And I posted a picture of me the night before my show, and I remember like so many people complimenting, like, wow, good job, you know, you look great, da da da. And then you'd have the few people in there that are like, what are you competing for, Miss Anorexia? What are you like? They would just say negative comments. They're like, what is this, a starvation competition? I think you look sick. I think you look like, they would just say nasty things, and that's gonna come with the territory. Whether you're heavy, whether you're skinny, whatever situation you're in life, there's always going to be somebody out there that does not approve or disagrees with you, and you just have to take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You can't please everybody, so start by pleasing yourself.
I agree. Today, you've made it your mission to help others on their journey to a better health. What drives you to do this?
I remember what drove me to do this is because I felt trapped. Unless you've been in a situation where you truly are overweight and you're truly unhappy with the way you look physically, it really affects you emotionally as well. And I remember when I put my story out there for everyone to see, because I remember thinking, you know what, I know that I'm not the only one who has felt this way. If I felt this way, there has to have been other women that have felt this way as well. I felt trapped in my body. I felt like there was somebody inside that needed to come out. That wasn't me. I was not meant to be almost 200 pounds. I was not meant to be a size 13. I felt like the person inside of me was just trapped. So I put my story out there, and after I did that, the feedback that I got from so many women. I remember the night that I published my story, the amount of emails that I got in from women sharing their stories with me, and it just impacted me so much that they were in the same situations. They're like, I understand how you feel. I'm right there with you. They were talking about like being in either an abusive relationship or feeling trapped or trapped in your skin, and you really don't know what it's like until you've been there. You don't know how it feels until you've been in that situation. And being in that situation and hitting my ultimate low, I don't think that anybody should be at that point in their life. You only have one life. You should enjoy it to its fullest. And if I could help anybody in any way better their life and change their lifestyle to live a healthier lifestyle and to have more self-confidence in themselves, then that's great, because you have one life and you need to live it to its fullest. And if I can help just one woman change her life, or 2 or 3, it's a domino effect. And I have a client that I actually helped when I first started, and now she's becoming a trainer and she's helping other women. So it just feels good, because when you feel trapped in your body, you're just sad, you're depressed, and I don't think anyone should live their life that way. And if I was saved for a reason, I believe that other women out there need to be able to feel the same about themselves and be happy with themselves.
You're doing a great job.
Even if you are a larger woman, be happy with the skin you're in.
Yeah.
So.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
What has been the most valuable lesson you've learned on your journey this far?
The most valuable lesson I've learned on my journey is that you need to be, well, for one, people are going to dislike what you do regardless. You have to block out all the negativity in your life. All the people that, when I first started working out so much, they would be like, oh, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. This is like, you're addicted. Oh, you could eat this. You could do this. What do you, blah, 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 blah. All the negativity and negative comments that I got, that to me just made me want to go harder. Like, oh, you can't do it. Oh, what are you doing? Stop, stop, stop. Like, I just heard a lot of negativity from other people. And a lesson to me was to just ignore the naysayers and do what I want to do, what I know is best for me. So ignore all the naysayers, ignore everybody that says that you can't do it, and just follow your goals and follow your heart, follow what you feel you need to do in your life to make your life better, to better yourself. And to me, that was a valuable lesson that I learned, was just to focus on my opinion and my goals and ignore all the negativity that's out there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always going to be negativity out there. You just have to kind of brush it off.
Yeah. You've achieved so much over the last 5 years. What are some of your goals for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, hopefully, well, I have my company now, Stacey Goldberg Fitness and Nutrition, and I'm in the process of writing a cookbook. I just started a new site, staceygoldberg.com, which right now it links you to my Facebook page. We're in the process of working on that and getting an ebook put up. I love competing. I just want to grow my company. I like training women in person and online. I do online training as well. And my next few goals, since I've already competed, I want to continue to compete, hopefully get my pro card. After I do that, I would love to have a family, maybe 5 years down the road before I'm 35. That's one of my goals in life. Family is very important to me. And that's another stepping stone, hopefully within the next 5 years, that I could hit. And just to maintain a lifestyle, to continue to help other women and men. Now I've actually maintained some male clients that are actually jumping on board and making the same change in their life, which is good. And just continuing to help other people reach their goals in life as well.
I'm sure.
With fitness, so, and grow my company. So
I'm sure you will do great.
Thank you.
And where can people follow you online?
I have right now I have on Facebook, it's Stacey Goldberg Fitness and Nutrition, or Stacey, STACEY, and then my last name, Goldberg, GOLDBERG.com, or StaceyGFN.com. They both link you to my Facebook page, but the StaceyGoldberg.com will be up within the next month or so. And I also have my YouTube channel where, for my online clients, when I send them workouts, they can go on there, and it's Stacey Goldberg 145, and you can go on there and look at my workouts and do them as I show you, and I give other tips and other advice and things like that on there.
Great. I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
Okay. I can to you too if you need me to. So.
And is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers?
I guess right now all I can say is to women out there that are in the same situation where you feel trapped, or you just feel like you're trapped in your own skin and you're not happy with where you are. You need to come to the point where you have to make that change. You have to come to the point where you're ready to change. Nobody's going to change your life for you. And I guarantee you, if you continue to just take small steps every single day, you will achieve your goals. It starts off with one small step, whether you're 300 pounds and you can't walk around the block, maybe taking an evening stroll half a block every day, adding a little bit more. slowly changing one thing in your diet, maybe cutting out a fast food meal once a week, and then it goes down to twice a week, or adding in 5-10 minutes of exercise. Anything you can do, a small change eventually will lead to a big change. So start off small, start off where you need to, depending on what level you're at, and just stick with it. It's about consistency, being consistent, constantly staying on the right track. Everybody falls off. I get cravings. I want to cheat. I eat stuff sometimes that I shouldn't, and like chocolate and like candies and things. Of course, I'm human, but it's about being consistent with your workouts. You can't work out one day a week and expect to see a change. You can't eat clean and eat healthy. Oh, I ate healthy today, so I'm gonna lose 5 pounds. It doesn't work like that. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And people think that you're starving yourself. I eat more than most people can imagine. I eat about 6 times a day. It's just about eating the right food and about getting out there and being active, whether it's yoga, walking, weightlifting, running, swimming, anything that makes you more, walking your dog, anything that makes you active is better than sitting on the couch and doing nothing.
I agree.
So, but be consistent with it. Just keep up the consistency. If you're consistent with anything in life, then you'll reach your goal and you'll get where you need to be.
Well, thank you so much, Stacey, for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you on my show.
It was great talking to you as well.
Thank you so much. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.